Hello everyone, welcome to the second much delayed battle of the Grand Middle-earth campaign, the disaster at the Gladden Fields. Much delayed due to huge painting queues, global pandemics and other things. So in this scenario we're playing a War of the Ring scenario from the back of the book, and the idea is that the Gondorians, who are over here, not Gondorians, Númenóreans,
they don't come till later.
Over here, led by Isildur, have been trapped, and Isildur's sons have told their father to flee, that all is lost and really he just needs to get away. Isildur has already sent away his chief steward with the shards of Narsil. He's running in another direction, and Isildur is now going to make a break to try and get all the way down to the River Anduin that way. So in this War of the Ring interpretation of the scenario, good will win if they can get a formation containing Isildur to the river there. Okay, and evil will win if we destroy or kill Isildur. Representing the ring falling into the hands of the evil side once again, and I assume quickly resurrecting Sauron. So controlling the Númenóreans is Liv. Hello, Liv.
Hello.
Do you want to just take us quickly through what you've got? You've got 1,000 points, is that right, plus Isildur?
Yes, right. Start over here. We have a unit of Númenóreans, standard warriors, Númenórean archers, even more Númenórean warriors with Isildur at the front. Yet more warriors, and guess what? More warriors. And then just to vary it up again, we have another unit of archers down the back here.
Occupying the woods. We have made a few tweaks both to the Númenórean list and this scenario. Nothing major, but we feel that the Númenóreans need a bit of a boost on their profile, because their profile is exactly the same as Gondor. So you've got +1 strength and +1 courage, which we think represents 7-foot tall men.
Yeah, Dunedain.
The Dunedain, a bit better, and they paid an extra 5 points per company for that benefit, and a few other tweaks, but that's really the main one. And on the evil side, controlled by Elliot
And you.
and me, we've reduced our points total a little bit. The scenario calls for 2,500. I think this is already an incredibly hard scenario for a Númenor to get Isildur all the way down. So we've got 2,000 points worth of stuff.
I'm controlling the heavy detachment over here.
And it's still, so we're outnumbering them 2-1. They've got to get through our lines. So over here, we've got some Warg Riders who are actually facing the opposite direction, because they're going to try and redeploy to this backfield area. We've got some Wargs trying to come up the flank. Orc Bows, Moria Goblins who have come down out of the mountains, drawn by the evil of the ring. Trolls, more Trolls, Orcs, more Goblins. We've even got some Goblin Town who have been drawn out of the Misty Mountains. And then over on the far side, Elliot, do you want to just tell us what's over there?
So I've got my heavy detachment. I've got a full company of heavy weapons over here. I've got a full-plated troll and some Urukai, and I'm gonna try and eliminate these arch units over here.
Okay, good stuff. So just to get us in the mood, like you did last time, Elliot's going to read us a very short passage from the Unfinished Tales, which details the disaster at the Gladden Fields. And I'll go on record here and saying I think this is going to feature at some point in the Amazon TV show, possibly even the finale, because it's actually, once you read the story, it's really quite a poignant battle. Anyway, here we go. Elliot, over to you.
The vengeance of Sauron lives on, though he may be dead, he said to Elendil, who stood beside him. There is cunning and design here. We have no hope of help. Moria and Lothlorien are now far behind, and Thranduil 4 days' march ahead, and we bear burdens worth beyond all reckoning, said Elendil. for he wasn't in his father's confidence.
He was in his father's confidence.
Redo that.
No, that's okay. Okay, great stuff. Okay, thanks. We'll pick up sort of at some point and update where we're at.
Yeah,
Bye for now.
goodbye.
So it's the end of the first turn. Battle has ensued. As a bit of shooting. Both are traded between these two formations. I can't actually remember what happened there.
The goblins lost a company versus the
that's
two
right.
from the archers in here. Over here we lost 3. The orcs lost a company in combat. Not so good over here. We lost a company of archers in combat with the goblins, who also lost a company, so that was a stalemate. And that's essentially it. Oh, well, there's a wild who got shot over there as well, but you know.
I
Yeah.
remained in place so I can cast some magic this go.
Yeah, so essentially I think the Numenorians have repulsed the first wave of attack, but it has cost them a little bit, certainly over here. So see what happens the second turn does.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back to what has been a fairly brutal turn. Is it second? That was the second turn, wasn't it?
That's all it's been, unfortunately.
Yeah, so second turn. So the battle lines continue to clash. It is looking quite bleak for the Numenorians. They haven't really left their deployment zone, and well, there you go. That one company there illustrates.
Cavalry charges are brutal, folks.
Yeah, so the Wilds came in on the side here. There was a cavalry charge over there, which and in the middle here. This is probably the brightest light for the Numenorians. This main orc formation has been reduced significantly, and Isildur's is in that formation. But you know, the Numenorians are suffering casualties, and there is all of this orc and evil stuff still all the way back there. It's pretty hard to see the Numenorians managing to get Isildur to the river, but you never know. We shall see. So onward to the third turn, and we'll update shortly. Hello, welcome back. It is the end of turn 4 or 5. We lost track a little bit. It's been a bloodbath. It's the Numenorians are down to this lone formation here.
No.
But that is Isildur. So he has actually managed, which I was unsure he'd be able to even leave the deployment zone, to go from there and with an epic move and leapfrogging and using some other formations to shield his advance with
There used to
an
be a
epic.
formation there.
He was able to get to here. He then rolled an unstoppable charge from there to go into this goblin town unit, and he, in one turn,
Destroyed
massacred all of those goblins over there. This now leaves us moving into turn 5 or 6, or whatever turn it might be, with the Numenorians having a very, very slim chance, but a chance nonetheless of getting to that river.
It could be the first ever victory recorded.
So, yeah, we'll update at the end. I think it unlike there is essentially the entirety of the evil army pursuing Isildur. And remember in the War of the Ring rule that once the last company is down to half strength, they automatically die.
3 more to go.
So there is, yeah, what's that? So 8.
3 models, and then they're out.
You've got
models.
7 models, and he has no other friendly formations that he can jump into. So it probably is looking rather bleak, but we shall update shortly. Game over. The Numenorians are no more. They have been cut down to the last man. There was a surprising development at the end that Isildur and his formation was able to get actually a lot closer than we thought he would a couple of turns ago, when it was looking like it was just going to be a massacre in the deployment zone. So Yeah, the goblins were nothing more than a speed bump really, and actually facilitated a bit of extra move because the charge then bypassed those guys, won the priority, managed to do a at the double, get to here, but then unluckily for Liv and the Numenorians, the Wargs that positioned themselves just there got a charge into the rear and did enough damage to reduce that formation to half strength. Liv then, still clinging on, rolled a 1 on your disordered roll.
Yeah.
But we've worked out that he is near enough to the river that maybe his hand keeps moving and ends up in the river.
Rolls downhill.
Yeah, I have to say, although it was a lot better than it looked like it was going to be, that is an incredibly tough scenario for the good player. I mean, we made some adjustments. I could see on face value that it looked really tough. We made some adjustments to try and improve the situation. But even with those adjustments, it's a really hard scenario for good to triumph. Liv, any thoughts from you?
It went about as well as I expected it to. I was hoping to break at least one more unit through, because with the heroic move and the triple charge with the banners, that gets you a 21-inch range away. And if you can get at least a couple of them away, it can be quite difficult for the evil player. But one unit doesn't cut it, and so I think he deserved his fate being eaten alive by wargs down that end of the game board.
Awesome stuff.
Fun though.
Well, thank you for the game.
Thank you.
It's been a bit of a roadblock, this scenario. A lot of painting needed to get it sorted. So hopefully we can get moving on some of the other scenarios now. So catch you next time. Bye-bye.